Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for Detroit is Jack Morris, whose record is 13-8 with a 3.77 ERA. And pitching for the White Sox is Ross Baumgarten, whose record is 12-9 with a 4.94 ERA. And so we split the series with the Rangers. We took it to them yesterday. Gary Hancock had 4 hits, including a home run, just a triple short of the cycle, actually. And Dave Rozema got his 11th win. So we handled our business yesterday, and now we head into Chicago for the first time all season. So this is all new lineups and new pitchers, new baseball cards to add. So I'm kind of excited to play a new team. And as far as the standings go, we're tied for second with Baltimore, 3 games behind the Yankees. So hopefully we can make up some ground. The Yankees had lost 2 in a row, and they're giving us a window to work within. So we'll see if we can make up another game today. If you take a look at the bullpen, Bob Stanley will not be available today. He pitched the final 1 1/3 innings yesterday, and so he will not be available. And our lineup against Ross Baumgarten, who is a lefty. I have Hebner and Hancock resting today. We're going to get some righties in there with Bob Baylor and Tommy Brookins. So those are the main differences today. And we're going to go ahead and do the Tigers lineup over here. And on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps baseball card that will represent that player. Just as an announcement I'd like to make is I've worked out a deal with someone who is very talented with graphics. And in the 1981 season coming up, I will have all new baseball cards that will represent the players in the 1981 Topps cards, even if they're traded. So, for example, Omar Marino was really on the Pirates in 1981, but we'll have an actual 1981 Topps card that will have the Tigers graphics with Omar Marino. So I'm really excited about that. And at any rate, let's go ahead and get the lineups set up here. So batting leadoff for Detroit and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second, and at short is Alan Trammell. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting cleanup and DHing today is Carlton Fisk. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting seventh and in right field is Bob Baylor. Batting eighth and at third base is Tommy Brookins. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Marino. And here's Ross Baumgartner's stats. He's 12-9. This is his 28th start with a 4.94 ERA. Opponents are batting .250 against him. He's got 1 complete game. Baumgarten was finished 4th in Rookie of the Year in 1979. And actually, you can make an argument that he should have won it. It was actually a tie between John Castino and Alfredo Griffin for the Rookie of the Year. But in fact, Baumgarten had a 3.9 WAR, and Castino and Griffin had a 2 WAR and a 2.5 WAR, respectively. So Baumgarten really probably should have won the Rookie of the Year that year. Coincidentally, John Castino, who did win the Rookie of the Year, him and Ross Baumgarten played on the same high school team. So kind of an interesting little backstory there. And really, his career was basically over by 1982. He just was inconsistent. He was traded to the Pirates in 1982. And then by 1983, he was out of baseball. He did pitch for the Tigers in the minor leagues briefly in '82, and that was his final appearance in baseball. So, at any rate, some interesting back history about Ross Baumgarten. So, leading off for the Tigers is Sweet Lou Whitaker. And Whitaker strikes out, looking. So, one down. Here's Alan Trammell. Trammell strikes out swinging, so Baumgarten's off to a good start, striking out the first two batters. And that will bring up Steve Kemp. And Kemp's going to walk, so it's all or nothing with Baumgarten, with 2 strikeouts and a walk. And that will bring up Carlton Fisk with Kemp on first. And there we go. There's a base hit down the left field line. Do we want to send the runner to third? I'm going to say no. Ron Pruitt is in left field. I believe he's a catcher. I don't know what he's doing in left field. But we're going to say no. We're not going to risk it. It's early. And so first and second for Detroit. And Lance Parrish is up with 2 down. And Parrish is going to get a base hit up the middle. Will Kemp score? Let's see. Kemp does score from second. And we take an early 1-0 lead. And here's the hottest hitter on the team, Jason Thompson. In his last 20 games, he's batting .360 with a .435 on-base percentage and a OPS of over 1,000. He's had 14 extra base hits, including 7 home runs, and 26 RBIs in those 20 games. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. But he does not hit lefties well, so let's see how this plays out. Thompson's going to ground it to second, and Hairston has it for the third out. So we're going to take a look here at the White Sox lineup, and then we'll take a look at Jack Morris. Batting leadoff and playing third base is Joe Gates. Batting second and at first is Mike Squires. Batting third and in center field is Chet Lemon. Batting cleanup and catching is Marv Foley. Batting fifth and in left field is Ron Pruitt. Batting sixth and in right field is Rusty Koontz. And batting seventh and DHing is Henry Cruz. Batting eighth and playing second base is Jerry Hairston. And batting ninth and at shortstop is Greg Pryor. And of course, pitching for Detroit is our ace, Jack Morris. He is making his 25th start. He's 13-8, among the league leaders in wins. He has a 3.77 ERA. He's got 112 Ks. His next strikeout will tie his career high. Opponents are batting .264 against him. He's got 3 complete games and a shutout earlier this season. And let's see how he fares against the White Sox lineup. Joe Gates leading off. And Gates is going to ground it to Whitaker for the first out. And that will bring up Mike Squires. Squires grounds it to Thompson at first. And there's 2 down. So with 2 outs, Chester Lemon, future Tigers player, hits a pop-up that Trammell camps under. And there's the third out. So we head to the top of the second inning. And here's Bob Baylor getting a spot start in right field for Gary Hancock, giving him the day off. And Baylor's going to pop it up in foul ground on the third base side. And there's 1 down. Next up is Tommy Brookins. Tommy's 0 for his last 10. And make that 0 for 11 as he grounds it to Gates at third. And that will bring up our number 9 hitter, Omar Marino. And Marino strikes out swinging. So that's 3 Ks for Baumgarten as we head to the bottom of the second inning. So Marv Foley leads off against Morris. And he grounds it right past Whitaker's glove. That's the first hit of the game for the Sox. And here's Ron Pruitt, and I did notice when I was doing the rundown there that he is primarily a catcher. I don't ever remember him playing in the outfield, but perhaps he did. So with Foley at first, here's Ron Pruitt. And Pruitt strikes out looking. So 1 down, and here's Rusty Koontz. As you can see, he's wearing a Tigers cap. He was on the 1984 Tigers World Series team. And he strikes out swinging, so that's the second strikeout for Morris. And with 2 down, Foley at first, here's Henry Cruz wearing the shades in his photo there. Cruz grounds it to short, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I guess I take that back because Foley did have that base hit. So we head to the top of the third. Baumgarten already at 45 pitches. And here's Whitaker leading off the inning. He struck out in his first at bat. And he's going to pop it up right at second base. And it's caught by Hairston for the first out. So with 1 down, here's Trammell. Trammell also struck out his first appearance. And he pops it up right at second base. This time the shortstop's got it. And 2 down for Kemp. Kemp batting .282 overall versus lefties. Pretty good lefty on lefty hitter. But he pops it up as well. 3 pop-ups on the infield, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. So to the bottom of the third, Jerry Hairston will lead off. He's a switch hitter. They have him listed as a second baseman. He did play second base in the minor leagues, but he only played first base and outfield in the majors. So it's kind of weird that he's playing second base today. He strikes out. That's 3 Ks for Morris. And up next is Greg Pryor, who hits a high fly ball deep to center field in Comiskey. It's 445 out there. That's deeper than Tiger Stadium. I did not realize that there was any center field that was deeper than Detroit back in those days. But it's a run down by Marino, and 2 down, back to the top of the lineup with Joe Gates. And Gates hits a fly ball into left center field. And that's going to be caught by Kemp for the third out. So 1-2-3 inning, back to the top of the fourth. Here's Fisk, who's 1 for 1. He's batting .350 versus lefties. That's why we have him moved up into the cleanup role today. And he's going to hit a fly ball to center field. And Lemon's got it for the first out. So 1 down. Here's the big wheel, Lance Parrish. He pulls an inside pitch for a base hit to left field. He's 2 for 2 on the day. And that will bring up Thompson. Now this is definitely a double play candidate. We're going to try to hit and run and get Parrish moving with his slow feet. And hopefully Thompson will make contact. He does. In fact, he's going to get a base hit. And that's going to give him a 9-game hitting streak now. That's amazing. So first and third, I mean, Thompson has just come back so far from where he was early in the season. He's basically doubled his home run total in the past 20 games, right? So at any rate, Bob Baylor's up first and third, and we're going to keep hitting and running because these are 2 slow guys. And Baylor's going to ground it to third. Parrish does score on the ground ball. Thompson's safe at second, so it's 2 down. Runner in scoring position. Scores 2-0 now. And here's Brookins with a chance to be a hero. And he's going to take a walk. So first and second. Second walk for Baumgarten. He's at 73 pitches here in the fourth. And his endurance is well below average. So he's probably on his way to being done already. As Marino steps in, and he strikes out swinging. That's 4 Ks for Baumgarten. And we head to the bottom of the fourth. So first up is Mike Squires. And Squires grounds it to Trammell at short. There's 1 down. And here's Chet Lemon, Gold Glove center fielder, multiple-time All-Star. And Lemon grounds it back to the pitcher, Morris, and there's 2 down. And finally, Marv Foley. He lines it to Trammell. And there's a 1-2-3 inning. So Tigers looking pretty good so far. There were 7 errors in yesterday's game. Kemp made 2 of them. The other 5 were made by the Rangers. It was a really sloppy game. And at least we were able to get 10 runs on the board. So it was entertaining, but kind of a mess. Whitaker leads off the fifth, and he lines it to left for the first out. So one down. Trammell's 0 for 2 today. There we go. There's a base hit to right field. That's the fifth hit for the Tigers. And we're not going to risk getting thrown out at second. We're going to let Kemp have a chance to swing away. Not a good slugging percentage versus lefties, so he's just a base hit, singles hitter is what I should say, against lefties. In this plate appearance, he's going to pop it up to short. It's actually on the outfield grass, 2 down. And with Trammell on first, here's Fisk. And Fisk walks, and Baumgarten is tired. He's not even out of the fifth yet. So here's a chance for us to do some damage. He's got 3 walks now. And Parrish is 2 for 2 against him. And there's the 4th walk. So bases are loaded for Thompson. This is the guy you want up. I mean, he is only a 224 hitter. He's at Baumgarten's at 100 pitches. Let's see if he's got another base hit. Oh, 2-2 count. Oh, he does get a piece of it and grounds it to first, and that's the end of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the fifth. Ron Pruitt leads off against Morris. Morris sitting pretty at 53 pitches as Pruitt pops it to right center field. And there's one down. Next up, Rusty Koontz. Koontz pops it into foul territory in the first base side, and Thompson has it for the second out. And with 2 down, here's Henry Cruz. Henry's batting .342 versus righties. 0 for 1 today. And he rips it to right on a laser. But Baylor out there makes the catch. And another 1-2-3 inning. Looks like the White Sox are going to bring in a long reliever. It's Mike Pryor. This is his 35th game. 4-3 record, 4.26 ERA. Opponents are batting .285, so he's given up some hits. He does have a save in 3 opportunities. And Bob Baylor is going to lead off the inning. So he turns, this is a right-handed pitcher as opposed to the lefty Baumgarten, so we have a lot of our righties in there today. As Baylor grounds to short, there's 1 down. Let's see if Brookins can raise his 169 batting average. Nope, he grounds it to third, and Gates makes the play. 2 down. And Omar Marino is up next, and Marino grounds it to third. So 1-2-3 inning for Pryor. And Morris is pitching a one-hitter. I hate to jinx it, but just want to point that out as Hairston comes to the plate. And Hairston's going to hit a fly ball into left center field. And there's 1 down. Next up is Pryor. Pryor grounds it to third. Brookins has it. And there's 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup with Joe Gates, who is 0 for 2 today. And there we go. There's the second hit for the White Sox as Gates gets a base hit to center field. He's got excellent speed. I believe he has 33 stolen bases. So 1 swing of the bat can tie the game with Squires. And Morris balks. That's unfortunate. That usually means a base hit will score a run. I guess we'll pull the outfield in, even though that run doesn't mean much. And a 2-2 count, and there's a ground ball to Thompson. And we're out of the inning. So we head to the top of the 7th. Let's switch over to the in-game stats. And looking at the player of the game so far, I guess we have to give it to Parrish, who's 2 for 2 in a walk. Sweet Lou will lead off the top of the 7th against Pryor. And Whitaker's going to hit a fly ball to center field. Lemon has it for the first out. Next up is Tram. Tram grounds it to second. Hairston makes the play, so 2 down. And here's Kemp, who finally gets to face a righty. And he's going to get an infield hit to Gates at third. So that's Kemp's first hit of the game. And now Fisk, who's hits much worse against righties, comes to the plate with Kemp at first base. And he's going to pop it up on the infield. So we're holding on to a 2-0 lead. Morris has been lights out. Chet Lemon leads off. No need to make any defensive adjustments because we have our best defense in there. As I say that, Trammell makes an error, so I jinxed us. Lemon's at first. Here's Marv Foley. We're going to guard the lines. Try to avoid extra base hits or maybe pull a double play off. As Foley hits a blooper right over Trammell's head. Of course it gets down. Little duck snort, and Lemon coasts into third. So we'll let that run score if we can turn two with Foley and a below-average runner, Ron Pruitt. Nope, base hit to center field, and there's the first run for the Sox. So 2-1 now, and I mean, I would rather have Morris pitch than anybody in our bullpen. Still nobody out. Runners at first and second. Rusty Koontz is up next, and he lines it right at Brookins, who snares it for the first out. I thought that was going to be an extra base hit down the line. But Brookins makes a good play. One down. Here's Henry Cruz. Morris now at 90 pitches. And Cruz rips it into right field. That'll be extra bases. Everybody scores. And the White Sox take a 3-2 lead. So Cruz is standing on third base. We got to pull the infield in now. Jerry Hairston at the plate. And Hairston grounds it to Whitaker. And they go home to prevent the run. So Hairston's at first. 2 down now for Greg Pryor. Pryor grounds it to short, and that should be the third out. So Trammell's error opens the floodgates, and the White Sox take advantage. They have 3 runs in that inning, still have less hits than Detroit, and the White Sox are bringing in their closer, who's named Mark Esser. Never heard of this guy before, but he's been lights out. He's actually shared the closing duties with Dewey Robinson, and so this is his 39th game. He's 3-0 with a 1.55 ERA. I mean, absolutely lights out. 149 opponent's batting average and 19 out of 20 saves. So we're going to need some luck. He's a lefty, though. So let's see if we can get some base hits against him. As Parrish grounds to third here in the top of the 8th. There's 1 down. And now we need Thompson to do something big. There we go. His second hit of the game against a lefty. And we're going to say no. We're going to hold him there. I really want to take him out for a base runner. But we're not going to do that. We are going to sacrifice bunt with Baylor. Defense is still back. See if we can't get Thompson into scoring position. Baylor lays down a bunt. Back to Esser. And Esser has no other choice but to go to first, so Thompson is in scoring position. Oh, man. Who's our righties on the bench? Nobody but Mark Wagner. And he hits lefties well, but it's only limited opportunities, so we're going to have to just trust Brookins, who has been clutch in some situations. And there you go. As Esser wants no part of Brookins, intentionally walks him. So first and second, and it's going to be up to Omar Marino, who's only batting 167 versus lefties. We got no other choice. Oh, and he's going to come through with a base hit down the left field line. 2-run score. We take the lead back on the 2 RBI double by Marino. Unbelievable. I did not expect that to happen. So the intentional walk backfires on Esser, who, again, has been lights out. That's his second blown save. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Sweet Lou. And Lou's going to hit a line drive to center field, caught by Lemon, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. And Morris has some life in him now. I think we're going to take him out because there is two lefties. I know this is just, he's only at 95 pitches. But this is why Capizzello is our setup man. He can handle these lefties. And Cappy's been really great. 39, this is his 40th game. He's only pitched 33 innings, so he's just been a loogie, a left-handed one-out guy. 2.14 ERA. Opponents are batting .216. He's got a save. Now, Joe Gates batting .273 versus lefties, so he's not a gimme. As Gates hits a high fly ball into left center field. Didn't look good at first, but it's caught for the first out, so one down. And that will bring up Mike Squires, who's batting a paltry 156. He grounds it to Whitaker, and there's two down. And I'm not going to mess around with Lemon. He is crushing lefties. So, oh my gosh. This is bad. But I'm going to bring in Tobik, who, if you've been following the last series against the Rangers, completely imploded in 2 appearances. But we're just asking for a single out of Lemon. And he gets Lemon to ground it to Whitaker. And there's the third out. So Tobik does his job, as well as Capizzello. We head to the top of the 9th. Trammell will lead off the inning. And Trammell hits it right down to the dirt in front of home plate. And Foley makes the play. One down. So here's Kemp, who's 1 for 3 with a walk today. And he hits a laser to center field, but it's right at Lemon. So there's 2 down. And once again, here's Fisk facing a lefty. And that's right in his wheelhouse. And he takes a third strike looking. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. And we have a lefty and 2 righties. And we're going to bring in our closer, Lopez, who is making his 48th appearance. He's 3-3 with a 3.52 ERA. More walks than strikeouts, which I don't have to tell you is pretty bad. But he does have 28 saves and 32 opportunities. And this is what he's for. So we're going to let him face a lefty, Foley, who is batting .316. And Foley's going to pop it up on the infield. And Thompson takes it on the dirt for the first out. So one down. Ron Pruitt. He has one of the 5 White Sox hits. Pruitt hits a fly ball to right. That's an easy catch for Baylor. And Lopez is going to face Koontz with 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. And he strikes him out swinging, and the Tigers win Game 1 of the series. Here in Comiskey Park, it's 4-3. And let's take a look here at the standings. Every day it's a standings watch. So all the top 3 teams won. So we remain 3 games back. We're at 70 wins now, which would be leading the West. The Sox fall to 4 games back. Let's take a look at the transactions. And there is a milestone. Dave Revering of the A's had a 21-game hit streak come to an end. So that might be one of the longest of the year. And let's go ahead and pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. Who's the player of the game? I guess it's got to be Marino with the 2 RBI double that gave the Tigers the lead, which they managed to keep. And yeah, we're going to give it to him. He only was 1 for 4, but that was clutch. That's his 10th double. Trammell with the error. Oof, our defense has been terrible. Jack Morris gets the win, 14-8. Lopez gets his league-leading 29th save. Mark Esser, in a rare poor performance, his record goes to 3-1. And that's going to be it. So we'll be back tomorrow with Game 2 of the series. Appreciate everyone for following along. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. And until tomorrow, everyone, have a great night.